เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยน
Race is going to start soon in 5
is building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and talking about There's one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
And Swaddy Krap, everybody. Swaddy Krap. This is Alert Siri Boon Me holding it down in the house right here. Today is going to be a great event. I'm telling you right here, right now, folks. Got to head on over to the Facebook page of GP eRacing. That's right, folks. And today's event will be the Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020. Brought to you in part by none other than B-Quik. That's right, folks. Today's class, first up, will be Class B. And of course, today, if you're from the future and you're looking back at some of the videos on the website, today's date is August the 8th, 2020, 7 p.m. local time. And today is very important because it's the kick-starting day for the race to begin. Now, I just want to keep you up to speed on what's going on right here. So basically, a competition that is based off of the world's recognized racing sim or racing game known as Gran Turismo Sport, or for those of you who like to call it short, GT Sports, right? We have actually gotten the rights to, from Polyphony to hold the official races. So thank you so much for Polyphony Digital, the maker of GT Sports. And we are also certified by RAAT, or I like to call them RAAT, which is, of course, the overseeing Automobile Association in Thailand, which also happens to be member of the FIA for this series event. So this is a digital motorsports to win the Thailand trophy for GT Pro Series. That's right, the coveted trophy will be up for grabs in this series. So for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, we are going to divide it up into 2 seasons. So each season will comprise of 4 tracks with an overall points accumulation to win the title for Thailand Champion. Okay, so there's going to be 2 classes like I mentioned earlier on, Class A and Class B. And of course the kick started off right here will be Class B first, all right? So let's check it out. Class A, this is of course will be made up of 8 drivers. And just to keep it you might say, oh, how come only 8 drivers? Well, we've had lots of drivers coming up, and for everybody to be able to participate in this, Class A drivers will have 8 drivers, and Class B drivers will also be in qualifications held before the race is taking place. So, to keep everything fair, everybody's got to qualify to be taking part, especially for Class B there. All right, and the schedule for Season 1, August and September, 2020 will be as follows, okay? The 3 online tracks that will be used, well, actually, today, online track will be Scuba. So that's going to kickstart it off on August the 8th, which is today. And then later on, we'll head on over to August 22nd. Track 2, which will be revealed as the date approaches. And then onwards to September 5th for track 3, the 3rd installment there. And then finally headed over to the headquarters of B-Quik. That's right, folks. B-Quik will be holding that event on September 13th on a Sunday. So if you happen to be in the area or want to go join in on the fun, there's going to be a lot of fanfare going on down by B-Quik main headquarters on Rama 5 Road. Okay, and of course, each prize will be awarded as follows. The awards, first place receiving 2,500 baht. Second place will be receiving 1,500 baht. And third place will be receiving 1,000 baht. Now, of course, you got to keep in mind, this is for Class B. And of course, for all those places, the monetary value for each award will be as said. Okay, and of course, you will also be receiving medals. So, your favorite drivers right there, root for them. And of course, also gifts from B-Quik as well. All right, so that should be really cool, really cool. However, if you want to know a little bit more about Class A, it changes quite a bit. And the reason is because, well, the incentive to get into Class A is a little bit different there. It relies on each point received during the series to be awarded 250 baht. So, cha-ching, yeah. For example, if you tally up 40 points for the series, you end up with 10,000 baht. There you go. So the more points you get from the races, the more you get for cash awards. And of course, the trophy for the respective positions gained from first to second and third position, plus the additional prize from B-Quik, the main sponsor themselves. So, yes, there you go. For Class B and Class A, those are the minor differences that we're going to have. But other than that, it's all gung-ho, folks. Everybody's going to be racing to the best of their abilities from their simulators, wherever they are, mostly from their home base. And, of course, don't forget, the last race will be held at the headquarters over at B-Quik headquarters on Rama 5 Road. So, as for viewers back at home, that's okay. We didn't leave you guys out. No sirree, Bob. Like and share. And don't forget to put it on public notice there on the social media during the event and the broadcast. There's going to be random prizes given away. And, of course, such as, coffee mugs. Really cool looking coffee mugs from B-Quik. For example, it goes out to like 5 winners. So, people at home, viewers, fan club, fan members, even people who are cheering for each of the individual drivers, or even fans of B-Quik themselves, have a chance for that giveaway prize. Okay? So, don't forget, folks, sponsors will be B-Quik, the name of the game. Okay? And I'd like to actually also mention that without the RAAT, this could have been just a simulation. Because when you're racing, you're thinking, okay, you know, I'll do everything I'll show everything that I have in my knowledge when it comes to racing. On the tracks, I'll bring it onto the simulator. And you think, okay, if you go a little bit out of course or off the course or over the shoulders or the rumble strips, you think nobody's going to be watching. Wrong. People will be watching. People that represent the RAAT, of course, the organizing body, automotive organization in Thailand right here, also a member of the FIA. So I've got to say thank you for those of you who are representing the RAAT and in the house, keeping a keen eye on all the racers out there for any mishaps or something that they shouldn't do. For example, touch and rub. Also, I got to say thank you to Polyphony as well for supporting us with Gran Turismo Sport. Okay? So, get ready. These are the drivers coming up. Jirapat coming up. Do we have Jirapat in the house? Well, he's not in his seat right now. He's about to get ready. Jirapat Jira Pranid Patsuya. He's the invisible man right now, but of course, no, he's not represented by Ricardo. But as you can see, the trophy in the background pretty much says a lot. Jarut John, we said, UTBS Jarza 59. That's right. He's sitting right there. Really cool, chill, and relax. Swipes his hair off just to clear out any of the... He's actually chill right here. Really chill. Oh, do I see Jimmy in the background? Yes, I do. Sawadee krap. Hey, Jim, what's up? So, there you go. Jaru John, we said, UTBS Jarza 59 in the house right there. Okay, who do we have got next? Pavorit Paso. Hello, hello. He's got one hand on the steering wheel, another one giving a thumbs up, smiling all around for Paul 76 from Vatana, as you can see in the background. That's right, folks. He will be representing Turnley in the third listed on the driver's list right here. And fourth position on the list, who do we have? Mongkon Pan, Lomrot. Okay, there you go. King Bob Gamey. That's going to be his call sign or tagline. King Bob Gamey. He will be in the fourth listed of the grid right here. And let's see what he does. Hey, what's up, Gamey? Big smiles from Thailand. Of course, Thailand known for a land of smiles right there for you. That's a big smile for you from Mongkon Pan, all right? Wasin Guard Pitat OVH Cine. Tag name OVH Cines. That's right. Peace up, peace up. Right there, getting ready for the race. And he's a great racer, but let's see how he fares out against the rest. So what crap, there you go. And Nattawan Panjinda. Nattawan NP. That's right. That is going to be his call sign right there. 6 on the list and get ready to go. Really calm. Everybody's calm. 7th on the list, Taksin Jamrat Y. Taki SPR. Hello there. Speed Racing Simulations, representing him, or him representing Speed Racing Simulation right there. And last but not least on the list, we've got the guy Akrapon Misantia. Pang RKD. Here we go. Pang, pang, pang. That's usually the sound that comes out of the exhaust pipes from these Hondas. But let's see how he does on the track. Okay, so get ready to race. First up, obviously, we will have to introduce a little bit of the track. Why not? Why not? First of all, like I said, we are racing on Scuba Circuit. Scuba Circuit, of course, in Japan. We're doing this virtually, so Scuba Track Circuit will be for the time of 8 minutes. The car category we'll be using will be the Honda Civic Type R, the EK model. Of course, N200 will be the class that is in the game. Also, the number of laps, we have pretty much chosen it to come down to 27 laps. Wow, that's kind of a lot of laps there for Scuba. But keep in mind, Scuba is not a long track to go around, but it's very technical. Tire selection, we're going to use sports, hard, medium, and soft. Up to you guys, all right? And the tire wear rate. Wow, get this, folks, 12 times the normal wear rate. So you got to be smart how you put these tires on. For example, you put on the soft tires, you wear it out 12 times. The normal rate, you're going to be running on the rims at that point. So keep in mind, you can go into pits, but then you're going to have to time it correctly. If you mismanage the tire selection right off the bat, you're going to end up getting back into the race pretty much in possibly in the first position, but later on, not calculating how much tire is actually left, you're going to not be able to cross the line. So that's a very important thing to consider. Another important thing to consider is, of course, the fuel consumption rate. 8 times the fuel consumption rate. That's a very heavy sipper, even though Hondas aren't known to be heavy sippers. But let's take into the fact that, these are race specs, all right? Start type, we go on a grid start with a false start check, okay? So all cars will have the B-Quik livery or decals. Of course, thank you for B-Quik being the main sponsors. And drivers in B-Class will have overall points combined to equal first and second position of this season, to be bumped from Class B to Class A for Season 2. All right, let's get ready to race, folks. All right. Now, this is what I'm waiting for. First off, obviously, we're going to be going into a little bit of a qualification round. So right off the bat, oh, look at that livery. It looks like something right out of, oh, the graphics really nice here. I mean, I like that livery. It looks like something you see on a street car down by Wangan or something. But I've been told that these liveries are pretty much detailed down to you can get them really specific to how you want it. So, okay, as we let these cars out of pit row, here we go to the corner here. Dunlop corner is what we call it. Right before big hook onto the back stretch. We got OVH City out in front. Now, that doesn't mean he's number 1 right now. No, sirree, Bob. We're looking for the fastest times here. And, of course, the fastest times will guarantee a pole position on the grid release, right? So, let's see. OVH City, Wasin guard, Pitat in the front there. Let's see what he can do. Now, the thing about having nobody in front of you, anybody in front of you, you got to be careful there. Try to keep it within the track limits. Now, like I said, the good thing about having a clear view in front of you is that you're not going to get any obstruction, and you can therefore take the optimal driving line. That means diving into the apex, however which way you choose, right? Ball 76, Vatana, still Nobody's moving their positions right now, but keep in mind this is just to find the lap times that is going to be the best. And whoever gets the best lap times will get position number 1 on the starting line. Now, I don't know about you guys, but usually when they're doing this, the qualification rounds will usually be sort of a sprint race, because the mentality is you have to get the fastest time and do whatever you can. That means the softest tire compound if you choose. And this is what we're seeing right here on Nam Indy in the 6th car right there, 6th position. He's using super soft, and therefore it's going to give him a lot of traction. All right, qualifying times coming in right now. We'll check out Tacky, SPR 107. Earlier on, I did mention if you're going to be a little bit conservative with your times, you're probably going to land it in the 105 times, but everybody's going a little bit slower than I anticipated. Maybe it's because it's only the first lap around, or second lap around. So by now, the tires should be getting its full adhesion level. Usually in a real situation, the first lap around the track is usually just to warm up them tires, right? And look how detailed it is on the inside of those cars. I mean, if it was any more detailed, you could probably hear the wind noise. Wow, it's just good to be racing right here. Clear blue skies, obviously, in the virtual world. Total contrast as to what we have right here in Thailand right now. Wow, it's rainy season. But out in Scuba on the digital circuit, King Bob has gotten the fastest lap there so far. Not bad, King Bob. King Bob. Let's see the screen onto the right side. You're going to see everybody being focused, and some of them cheering behind them. Very chill and relaxed, just taking it easy. King Bob currently has top position right now. King Bob, Mong Kon Pan, Gamey, followed by OVH City, Wasin. And then Ball 76 from the Vatana group, Ball 76, Pavarit Paso. Tacky in the shot right here, a very menacing livery in 7th position. Tacky. SPR in 7th. And what else we have here? We have Natawan. Natawan in last position. Now, fastest lap happens to be, once again, King Bob. And his FL, fastest lap speed, is 106. He still hasn't cracked the whip down yet. And I anticipated 105. I called it out a little earlier, and he can still dive down just a little bit more. Patsuya right here having a little bit of a issue where he can't pass the guy in front, Jarza. And they're bunching up. Therefore, it's going to cause a little bit of an issue where they're trying to get their fastest time. That's not going to happen in this lap. Patsuya makes a pass on the inside. And Jarza lets them go. You gotta. You don't want to be a hindrance if your velocity speed is not up to specs. But Jarza is just trailing him by half a car length. Patsuya comes out as 6th position. So it looks like King Bob very happy because he's got the pole. All right, Tacky in 2nd position, OVH City in 3rd. Congratulations. Now, let's time for a race. Class B, Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik. Get ready to rock and roll, folks. Flashy, get ready to race. Fastest time around the track was 106. Let's see if they can beat that down. I doubt it because there's going to be a lot of traffic, and this time they can actually touch each other, but they don't want to because that might be a cause for some penalties. Don't forget, folks over at the RAAT are keeping a keen eye on all the racers' movements, or course. Members of the FIA right there. You don't want to mess with them. King Bob takes the lead right now as usual because he did get the fastest time around. But let's see how far he can take and keep that lead. Yay me on the inside. Oh, OVH City trying to come out on the outside. Now in. Oh, almost touching bumpers. OVH City still number one. Ball is in the back there. 76 Watanabe in third position. King Bob takes a second seat right there behind City. Let's see if King Bob is trying to regain his position. 3 abreast right across the corner there. Overheat takes a little problem there, and he goes almost sideways. Ball 76 Watanabe edges out into the front position. Taki SPR in second, followed closely by King Bob. Num Indy in fourth. They're all bunching up there. As long as they can get away from each other and cause a little bit of a space there, they can maneuver around. Ball 76, Watanabe gets 115. Like I said, first lap around, you're going to have some traffic. So it's not going to be in the time range of the 105s. No siree. That can't be possible. King Bob drops it down to 7th position right now with a 1.7 second behind lead. Pazuya trailed by UTBS Jarza 59. Jarza is getting really close to that bumper. Jarut John Reset. Gotta say, oh man, if I get a little bit too touchy, I might get penalized for that, so you gotta be careful. No nudging there. Now the good thing about this race is, of course, it's a front wheel drive handling car there. And the Honda Civics have been known throughout history to be very fast on tracks like Scuba Circuit. Front wheel drive, and nothing that you can take away from them. When compared to rear wheel drive vehicles, they're pretty much up there. And plus they've got the Type R moniker as well to boot, so a little bit of an extra boost. And of course these cars are well known for their light chassis and stiff chassis as well. UTBS Jarza 59 gets a little bit of bump onto the outside of the track. Patsuya now holding it on second position. Looks like he's supposed to be eyeballing Ball 76 Watanabe up in front and trying to get away from the whole train of cars right here. UTBS Jarza 59 in third. Blocking Gamey in fourth position. Now King Bob comes up in fourth and should be targeting Jarza. Oh, little bit of a drifto moment. King Bob Gamey, what are you doing? I've never seen that happen in a front wheel drive car. He even got his wipers going on. What's going on? It's a clear sunny sky right there. No rain whatsoever. It looks like sometimes that can happen because of, a little bit of an accidento. Oopsie. All right, Taki SPR in third position, 3 seconds from Ball 76 in order to catch up right there. You can see him way up front there. Side-by-side action. Num Indy up against OVH City. Num takes on the inside line. Dives right in, takes a smooth line out. Of course, a smart thing to do is, of course, dive into the apex and then accelerate as hard as you can once you hit mid-apex or a little bit right before. OVH City still holding on there in 6th position. Taki trailed by Jarza. Still, no movement there. Taki here. Getting really bumper to bumper here. Now, moving on the outside. Can Jarza pass? I doubt it, because passing on the outside is something that is usually hard to do from the beginning. Now they have a little bit of a touch and go there. Taki getting a little bit of a rub and nub from UTBS Jarza. So, Jarut, John Vicen, gotta be careful. All eyes are still on all the cars, not just your car, but on all the cars. Oh, Num going a little bit too wide there. Right before the grandstand, coming in for the starting line once again. Let's go lap 5 out of 27. So if you think all that rubbing has been going on, it's going to cause a lot of headaches. Well, they're in for more, because total of 27 laps around this track. Not an easy thing to do. UTBS Jarza once again trying to find the line, but blocked by, we got Tacky SPR. Jarza's trying to go for a cyclone. Inside, outside. You see him weave over and out, and then everybody late braking. Oh, a little bit of a bump from Num Indy. And then that bump dominoed into Jarza, which therefore pushed up with Tacky's rear bumper. Now they're all trailing like a train here. UTVS Jarza 59, slipstreaming right behind Tacky. And if he can slingshot his way across, that would make a beautiful shot, but I think not. It looks like not enough momentum. When you think about it, all these cars are spec'd evenly. So it all comes down to whoever has the best driving line and taking advantage of the inside lane. Finally, we have the movement on the grid. Third position, UTVS Jarza. Oh, getting nudged out by Tacky. The position that was taken from him a little bit earlier, now he's got the upper hand. Tacky in third position once again. OVH City side by side with Jarza. Oh, look at that. If this was the real thing or the real deal, you'd probably have a few fenders to replace right here. Or even the wing mirrors. Num Indy now side by side with OVH City S. Overheat side. And these cars are not known to overheat though. Front wheel drive monsters from Honda lightweight chassis. Anybody ever take a guess at how much these cars weighs in terms of kilograms? I'm saying that if they're not stripped down to the bare bone chassis, they would usually be within the 1,200 range, or kilograms, I'm saying. All right, OVH City gets a little bump from Num Indy. Ooh, bumps him again. This is not a bumper car series. No siree. Gotta be careful. Gotta respect each other's spacing there. Numbers are flying overhead and out. Ball 76 Vatana gets a 107. Finally, the number has inched down further from the first lap of 115. Oh, are we trying to do a pit maneuver here on OVH City? I hope not. That's usually seen on the show Cops when you wanna take somebody out in front. And look at the rev line right here. Wow, these guys shifting up high. As you know, these are all VTEC monsters, and you want to keep the revs up high to get the most out of your engine. You don't want to shift at 5,000 RPM. No, you want to keep it above the rev band of 6,000, or at least 6,500, I would say. Well, that's where Hondas really shine, from 6,500 all the way to the 9,000 RPM red line limit. Tacky SPR trying to get away from Jarza now, but Jarza's not letting go. Meanwhile, King Bob, who was normally up front, drops down to 5th position. And that's more than a 7-second drop from lead of Ball 76 Vatana. And gotta say, you see the B-Quik livery there, and also the B-Quik sticker there, as you might have seen earlier on, and told that B-Quik is sponsoring this race, presented by B-Quik. UTVS Jarza not giving space for Tacky to maneuver. And sometimes this is the tactic used. You pick the line and you go for it. If you back out, you just give way to the other driver. But if you go for it, you make the other driver play chicken with you. And whoever's going to be the first one to break will usually lose that corner. King Bob now moving from 5th up to 4th, taking over Tacky SPR. UTVS Jarza now in 3rd position. And where in the world, why does he still have the wipers on? King Bob, it's not raining. And I don't see any fluids from the front, so maybe you can't just find that wiper button. That's how detailed it is. I can't imagine in the next installment of Gran Turismo what other surprises they're gonna shell out for the gamers out there. Maybe they might have the option to put on some radios. I mean, you know, to the pit crew. I'm not talking about the radio station. Okay, a shot at the first position here, ball 76, Vatana. Good time of 108, even though earlier on he did get a 107. So that means he's either losing traction from the tires, but judging from the way he's running, he's not slipping or sliding. He's very smooth on that steering wheel. I mean, look at the muscles on his, on his arms there. Very much in control. Not letting the steering wheel control him, but he's controlling the steering wheel. Second position, we haven't seen him quite yet that much, but he is in second, which is a very good position to be in. Atsuya. Tirapatira Pradit in second position. And then the rest of the whole gang in third, fourth, and fifth, dropping down. Jarza 59, Jarut John Vise, Ben King Bob, Gamey. It seems that the king of the hill right now happens to be Boss 76 Vatana, and he's not letting that lead or gap get closer and closer. He's trying to extend that gap. The only one that's able to keep up with him, or more than the others, are Patsuya, Jira Rani. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to B-Quik, who's presenting this whole show, and of course one of the wonderful sponsors. If those of you that are tuning in to the live feed right now, go on over and press like and share on the Facebook page of GPE Racing, presented by B-Quik here, organized by GPE Racing. But over on the GPE Racing Facebook page, you can press like and share and make it a public option there, so that you can be possibly picked out at random by B-Quik for the special prizes for the viewers out there, for the fan clubs. OVH City, yeah, look at that shot. The head control movements even go along with the driving. You know, they say when you're going into a corner, you don't turn your head at the last minute. You turn your head as if you're looking into the corner. That sort of gives you a driver's mentality for you, and then Gran Turismo pretty much faithfully replicated that into the game as well. OVH City in fourth position, Nam Indy in fifth. OVH City was in guard Pitat. Cine almost nudged by Nam Indy. Three abreast coming across before the long stretch here. Natawan side by side. Natawan, gotta be careful there. He is on the inside lane, so Nam Indy on the outside. If he clotheslines him, he's gonna be in trouble. But Natawan not giving up the position. The fight for fifth and sixth position is jostling back and forth. Nam Indy takes the lead, now into the fifth position. Natawan drops it down to sixth, but will he take it back? He is still on the inside lane. See there, momentarily he takes fifth position. Turning the steering wheel into Nam Indy just to let him know that, hey, don't nudge me. But finally, Nam Indy makes it out safely and ahead by half a car length. Natawan takes a back seat in sixth position. Meanwhile, Taki SPR somewhere behind there in 7th and 8th. We had UTBS Jarza 59. How in the world did Jarza drop down to 8th position? All right, folks. Down by pit row, ball 76. With all that lead time, he's going to take advantage of it, as well as Hatsuya. Now they're all coming down by pit row. Look at these pit guys go. Quick as can be, of course. This is a virtual world, so this is the the best it can be in terms of pitting down. Now the key issue is of course fueling up, and since this is only lap 13 out of 27, they might as well fuel up as much as possible, I guess, to make it all last. Tire choices for most of them will be soft, and that's the compound of choice right here, down by Scuba Circuit out in Japan, known for its technical corners. Scuba, of course, has been one of the many tracks in Japan and respected around the world as a time attack track. The craze that had lots of cars being flown over, even from America and Australia, to compete in the time attack series. And today, we are using it virtually for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik for this class right here. B class. A shout out to RAAT for overlooking and overseeing the race, member of the FIA group, to make everything fair and square. Tacky SPR up first. UTBS Jarza 59 in second. But let's see how long that's gonna last. Don't forget, Jarza now has a good time, fastest lap of a 107.502. So what does that mean? It means that Jarza won't be in that position for long, because he did have the fastest time. Natawam earlier on had a second position, now down to fifth, possibly due to that longer pit stop. He's trailed down by King Bob Gamey. Ball 76 Fatana in third position. Earlier on, you saw him lead the race for most of the 13 laps, the initial laps. And let's see if Ball 76 can bump up his speed to catch up to Jarza 59 and Tacky SPR. Now on shot, the cockpit cam of Natawam, 9 seconds behind Tacky SPR. Natawam. King Bob, Gamey trying to play on the back end there and trying to possibly confuse him, but there's no confusion here on the inside lane around the bend. King Bob gets it. Oh, not enough momentum. Still in sixth position by half a car length. Not the one. P comes out, but takes a wide line in before the back end. Long stretch. OVH City trailing down in seventh position. King Bob in sixth. Not sure how the aerodynamic is playing on these cars, but the situation for most cars is they would try to take advantage and slingshot through like UTBS Jarza 59 just did over Tacky SPR. Now, wow, Jarza 59 back up front, but Ball 76 should be not far behind. There you see it in the blue livery. Tacky SPR being sandwiched between Ball 76 and UTBS Jarza 59. Fastest lap has not dropped a bit, held by Jarza 59. And now we're in our 17th lap. Once again, folks, don't forget to like and share over at GP eRacing Facebook page, of course, for the race here presented by B-Quik, Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020. We're aiming for the cup here, Thailand Trophy, GT Pro Series. And it looks like everybody's playing it safe now. Not that much rubbing anymore. Now that the race has now that the race has actually evolved into the 18th lap. But now King Bob Gamey now gets a 107.430. Therefore, holding a possible chance to move up into the ranks because of his fastest speed or fastest lap around Scuba. Tacky SPR trailed by Boss 76. Now Boss 76 bumper to bumper. Tacky moves on over. Boss 76 passes. And that was very sportsmanship of Tacky SPR. He knows he didn't have the speed or the momentum, so he had to give way. Boss 76 making it through pretty nice. And I can only accredit that to the line that he's using. Look at his driving. You would think that, okay, you have a good driving line in one lap, so what? No, but this guy is consistent. And consistency is what's going to win the game. Of course, if you wear out early or tire out, you lose your consistency, and therefore you won't be getting the perfect driving line. The only thing you're going to have to deal with is, of course, the traffic in front or one coming from the rear. King Bob Gamey in 5th position, the pink and white livery. OVH City in 7th. It's going to be interesting how he's going to overtake here. You can see in the back there, the 6th and 7th position, Natawan and Simi are duking it out for 6th and 7th. Cine mostly trying to jab on the inside line. As they're about to cross the starting line and hold 20 laps under their belt, here's best time for you. Oh, that was the best time for them. 107. Still not being able to beat King Bob Gamey. 107.43 zip. Nam Indy right here, moseying on over, left all alone in 7th position. Well, actually, not all alone. He's got Tacky right behind. Tacky here. SPR. Rounding the bend. I remember right after the Dunlop corner here, the corners get really tricky. Sort of throws the car's momentum left and right before we go on to the hairpin over in the back before going on to the long stretch, right as you're seeing right here. Natawan P here in 5th position. Let's see if OVH Sydney can pass. Nope, he didn't have time. Natawan P closes the door and saying, yeah, not this lap, maybe next one. Sydney still hoping there. And riding the waves on his bumper. Let's see if he can attack on the inside line. OVH City still not giving Natawan a hint of which direction he's going to come. He's going to trail him as long as he can. Meanwhile, Boss 76 from Vatana running solo all by himself. Time has also improved on his end. And trailing behind him, we've got Pasuya behind by 4 seconds. Well, 4.3 seconds. That's a way long distance there for Pasuya to be driving. But as long as he's holding second, that's not bad. You got to remember, these guys are also driving for the overall championship points for the series. So, if somebody gets 3rd position on this race, it doesn't mean they're going to have to give up or anything, because you never know. The 2nd race, 3rd race, 4th race, that's going to be the determining factor. So consistency is going to be counting across the board all the way to the final day where we're going to hold this race event down by B-Quik headquarters on Rama 5. OVH City still not passing and staying right behind on that bumper as if they're shadowing His lap time was down by 108, so he's still like about a second. Just a bit slower from the rest of the crew. Otherwise, he would have been in top 3, actually. Uh-oh, a chance to pass, not to Wong. But every time he moves on over, they equalize. Maybe the aerodynamics is in play, but OVH City has the inside line, and he passes right here. Right before the starting grid. Not Wong has to take a back seat. But he's not giving up. Now Natawon's trying to go on the inside line for the turn 1 as well. Will OVH City be able to block him out? Yes, he does. OVH City finally makes it obvious that he is going to be taking control from here on out from that duel and duke up against Natawam for the past, I'd say 10 laps or so. Now you can see he's moving on up. City. Wasin car, Pitat now moves away, leading Natawam to fend off with Nam Indi. Jarza seems to be a little bit slower today, sluggish today. Not sure if it's because he's running the Honda setup. Maybe he's not used to the front-wheel drive engines there. Front-wheel drive layout there. And taking a look at first position, Paul 76 from Watana. Once again, giving a wonderful performance. Still up in front. Fresh air, so to speak. But, maybe the folks over at Polyphony who are supporting us, because we do have the official license to broadcast this game and broadcast this race. Maybe they take into account of the clean air effect. And whoever has the front row, or at least first on the grid there, is going to get all the advantages of racing without any barriers. The only barrier being the wall of air. But aside from that, you've got the great view. Nothing as an obstacle. And you're pretty much Boss 76 is running as if he was running qualifying runs. And King Bob Gamey trailing behind with Pasia in the shot. So that can give him hope. Maybe King Bob can move it up a bit more. 7 seconds behind Boss 76. Let's see if King Bob can crunch those numbers down. But it's going to be quite hard. 25 laps already from the 27. 2 laps left to go. I don't think anybody's going to be pitting anytime shortly, because that would be a disaster. But I got to say, King Bob will probably get the funny awards from all the other crew for putting his wipers on the whole length of the race. Natawam in 5th position. Nam Indi in 6th. Jarza 59 in 7th. With the beginning of the race, as I remember, all these cars were evenly paced, and therefore were trying to get up in front of each other so that they can have the front view, front row. But as the race proceeded, starting past the 9th lap, you can see that the gap between each car is starting to spread, and spread evenly. That means that everybody's pretty much on top of their game. And that being said, that I think it's a wonderful event that is being held by B-Quik here, presented by B-Quik, that gives a chance for racers out there to qualify and show what they've got in order to participate for the Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020. Pasuya in the last lap or two here. Is he going to be passed by King Bob Gamey on the outside? No siree, Bob. No siree, Bob. It looks like Bob had a possible chance to pass if only he'd taken the inside line. Because as he was coming out of the apex, you can see he was already on the quarter panel on the back of Pasuya. Oh, Pasuya. Hope he doesn't mess up here. See the back end going to a little bit of an oversteer, losing some traction there, but front wheel drive cars, the main thing is front wheel drive. So as long as the front wheel drive is planted on the tarmac and pulling through, he's able to pilot his car around the track and use the back end as a shield. I think that's his mentality right now. King Bob trying to find a way on the inside. Final lap is up. Here we go. And my prediction is OVH Cine is going to take it up against Bob. King Bob is possibly going to lose out to OVH Cine. Why is that? Because he was too focused on trying to pass over Pasuya and now is up against Cine. Cine up against the back. Fourth position, battling out for third on the last final lap. Ba, obviously, he's going to take the flag. The checkered will be his. Ball 76 Vatana goes for the checkered. Here he goes. Perfect. 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 That's all I can say right there. And Pasuya, okay, will run away. And into second. King Bob comes in for third, I believe, and OVH Cine fourth. But it was a close call because OVH Cine was pretty much ramping up his speed on the last two laps. And there you have it. Victory shall be Ball 76 out of Vatana group. And wow, what can you say? What can you say? Lord Siri Me in the house right here, holding it down once again. What you just witnessed was the race for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik, Class B. And that's not all, because today we also have Class A coming up shortly, but that's going to be in a bit. For now, I just have to say that the race here was very consistent. Class B race, we had, we had Pasuya, we had Jirapat there. Jarut, John, we said, Jarza, 59, I expected him to do a little better than that, but he was still holding on his as best as he could. Ball 76, Vatana, Pavorit Paso, of course, was the name of the game right there, and he held his way all the way to the finish line with a checkered flag win. Okay, King Bob Gamey was doing quite well as well, but OVH Cine was pushing and nudging as best as he could, wasn't able to get there for pole position or the front of the line there. And Natawan was cool because he had a second position there. So he held his position for as long as he could. And most of these drivers, for 27 laps around Scuba without making a spin out is quite incredible. I mean, even in the real world, down by Scuba, you expect to see some spin outs from the lack of traction, and take into consideration that the traction has been pumped up for the tire wear to be 12 times the normal rate. So the Civic Type R from Honda performed great as usual. Everybody expects that over at Scuba. They're known to be monsters or track monsters down by Scuba, and of course I think this is the perfect car and chassis to pick for this race. Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik Class B had just concluded, and of course we will be waiting for the official results later on. You can catch up on the official results and of course highlights and tidbits over at the Facebook page of GPE Racing. And of course, don't forget, folks at home, like and share. That's right, folks. There's a reason for that, because first of all, it's great to like and share. Second of all, B-Quik is handing out prizes and giveaways on random based on those likes and shares. So go on ahead, press the like button, share button, and put it on a public mode as well. Okay, so otherwise you defeat the purpose. Okay, so coming up next will be the next and highlight event of the night on the 8th of August 2020. By the way, somebody asked me what was the gift that they were giving out from B-Quik. Well, for example, wouldn't it be nice to be home, chilling out on your game console, and of course you want to drink, reach out for that coffee cup or mug over from B-Quik? That looks cool. Sip away, of course. Don't forget, they're giving it out to 5 individuals on random. So, like and share, as I said earlier on. And of course, you can always put your comments down by eRacing. Also, if you're listening in right now and you're wondering, wait, where is the Thai channel? The Thai channel is also on the eRacing Facebook page, but commentated by none other than Na Best. All right, he is the veteran Thai commentator in the industry, so to speak. Okay, so coming up next, we will be having the Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik Class A. And I did mention that there's going to be a difference between Class B and A, meaning the way the awards are handed out. And by that I mean each point will be given 250 baht. So if you rack up like, 40 points or something, you're going to get like 10,000 baht. All right, so like I said, once again, thank you so much to all the folks and supporting from B-Quik and of course from Polyphony. And we do have the license to broadcast the race as well because that gives us the right. So after a few moments from our sponsors, we'll be right back for the Pro Series Class A. Let's hear about me, over and out. Be right back.
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่B-Quikที่ไหนB-Quikทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาททั้ง690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่B-Quikทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่B-Quik
One shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and talking about There's one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่B-Quikที่ไหนB-Quikทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาททั้ง690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่B-Quikทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่B-Quik
ประทับใจตั้งแต่เข้ามาในวงการเกมนะครับรู้สึกว่าทุกคนสามัคคีกันดีครับช่วยเหลือกันอะไรเงี้ยครับก็เป็นมิตรภาพดีๆจากคนที่ไม่เคยเจอกันเลยครับผมก็มาเจอกันได้เพราะว่าเกมนี้ครับ
แน่นอนครับอุปสรรคเนี่ยมันต้องมีจากเริ่มแรกเนี่ยที่ประสบความสำเร็จเนี่ยพอแข่งไปสักพักเนี่ยเราก็จะพบกับผู้เล่นใหม่ๆตัวละครใหม่ๆเนี่ยซึ่งบางทีเนี่ยฝีมือเนี่ยก็เหนือกว่าเราก็ต้องหาทางแก้เกมหรือว่าศึกษาคู่แข่งนะฮะเพื่อที่จะก้าวผ่านไปให้ได้จุดเด่นของผมไม่มีอะไรมากครับผมก็เป็นนักแข่งเกมทั่วๆไปแต่ความฝันของผมคืออยากได้เป็นนักแข่งจริงกับเขาบ้างเหตุผลที่ผมหลงรักในเกม Gran Turismo Sport นะครับคือผมสามารถสนุกไปกับมันได้แล้วก็เป็นเกมที่สามารถเล่นทั้งไม่เคร่งเครียดกับมันหรือสามารถจะจริงจังเพื่อจะไปถึงระดับโลกได้นะครับ
จุดเด่นของผมก็คือการไม่ยอมแพ้ครับก็ผมจะสู้ให้ถึงที่สุดครับจนกว่าเกมจะจบครับเรื่องราวที่น่าจดจำที่สุดก็น่าจะเป็นเมื่อปีที่แล้วครับที่ได้ที่3ของประเทศไปครับถึงผมจะอายุน้อยที่สุดแต่ผมก็จะไม่หยุดเหยียบคันเร่งนะครับ
เรามีความฝันที่ว่าเราอยากแข่งรถจริงอย่างนี้เราไปคัดแล้วมันไม่ได้ทีนี้มันก็ท้อมากเหมือนความฝันมันดับวูบไปเลยพอมาเจอกับแข่งเกมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันก็เหมือนกับ มีลู่ทางเหมือนความฝันมันก็กลับมาหาตัวเราเองอีกครั้งผมอยากให้มองว่าดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตมันไม่ใช่เกมแข่งรถอีกต่อไปมันคือกีฬาอาชีพและมันเป็นกีฬาที่ทำความฝันของผมให้เป็นจริงได้ครับ
ก็ที่ประทับใจนะครับก็ได้แข่งกับคนเก่งๆเยอะแยะเลยครับประสบการณ์ที่เอามาใช้กับชีวิตจริงได้คือเกมเนี่ยฮะทำให้ผมขับรถเป็นครับทำยังไงถึงจะผ่านมาได้ ทุกครั้งที่เราแพ้เราก็เก็บมาเป็นบทเรียนแล้วก็พัฒนาต่อไป
ในมุมมองดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตนะครับผมคิดว่ามันจับต้องง่ายขึ้นมันเริ่มเข้าถึงได้ง่ายขึ้นนะครับไม่ได้ยากเหมือนรถจริงที่อาจจะต้องมีขั้นตอนอะไรมากมายกว่านี้ร่วมเข้าแข่งขันก็ขอให้ทุกคนสู้กันอย่างเต็มที่นะครับแล้วก็มีน้ำใจนักกีฬาสู้กันอย่างไม่ต้องยั้งนะครับสู้กันอย่างดี
I was building on them like shit. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and talking There's one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่ B-Quik ที่ไหน B-Quik ทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาททั้ง690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik ทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik
เรื่องราวที่ประทับใจตั้งแต่เข้ามาในวงการเกมนะครับรู้สึกว่าทุกคนสามัคคีกันดีครับช่วยเหลือกันอะไรเงี้ยครับก็เป็นมิตรภาพดีๆจากคนที่ไม่เคยเจอกันเลยครับผมก็มาเจอกันได้เพราะว่าเกมนี้ครับ
แน่นอนครับอุปสรรคเนี่ยมันต้องมีจากเริ่มแรกเนี่ยที่ประสบความสำเร็จเนี่ยพอแข่งไปสักพักเนี่ยเราก็จะพบกับผู้เล่นใหม่ๆตัวละครใหม่ๆเนี่ยซึ่งบางทีเนี่ยฝีมือเนี่ยก็เหนือกว่าเราก็ต้องหาทางแก้เกมหรือว่าศึกษาคู่แข่งนะฮะเพื่อที่จะก้าวผ่านไปให้ได้นะครับ
จุดเด่นของผมไม่มีอะไรมากครับผมก็เป็นนักแข่งเกมทั่วๆไปแต่ความฝันของผมคืออยากได้เป็นนักแข่งจริงกับเขาบ้างเหตุผลที่ผมหลงรักในเกม Gran Turismo Sport นะครับคือผมสามารถสนุกไปกับมันได้แล้วก็เป็นเกมที่สามารถเล่นทั้งไม่เคร่งเครียดกับมันหรือสามารถจะจริงจังเพื่อจะไปถึงระดับโลกได้นะครับ
จุดเด่นของผมก็คือการไม่ยอมแพ้ครับผมก็ผมจะสู้ให้ถึงที่สุดครับจนกว่าเกมจะจบครับเรื่องราวที่น่าจดจำที่สุดก็น่าจะเป็นเมื่อปีที่แล้วครับที่ได้ที่3ของประเทศไปครับถึงผมจะอายุน้อยที่สุดแต่ผมก็จะไม่หยุดเหยียบคันเร่งนะครับ
เรามีความฝันที่ว่าเราอยากแข่งรถจริงอย่างเนี้ยเราไปคัดแล้วมันไม่ได้ทีนี้มันก็ท้อมากเหมือนความฝันมันดับวูบไปเลยพอมาเจอกับแข่งเกมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันก็เหมือนกับมีลู่ทางเหมือนความฝันมันก็กลับมาหาตัวเราเองอีกครั้งผมอยากให้มองว่าดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตมันไม่ใช่เกมแข่งรถอีกต่อไปมันคือกีฬาอาชีพและมันเป็นกีฬาที่ทำความฝันของผมให้เป็นจริงได้ครับ
ก็ที่ประทับใจนะครับก็ได้แข่งกับคนเก่งๆเยอะแยะเลยครับประสบการณ์ที่เอามาใช้กับชีวิตจริงได้คือเกมเนี่ยฮะทำให้ผมขับรถเป็นครับ ทำยังไงถึงจะผ่านมาได้ ทุกครั้งที่เราแพ้เราก็เก็บมาเป็นบทเรียนแล้วก็พัฒนาต่อไป
ในมุมมองดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตนะครับผมคิดว่ามันจับต้องง่ายขึ้นมันเริ่มเข้าถึงได้ง่ายขึ้นนะครับไม่ได้ยากเหมือนรถจริงที่อาจจะต้องมีขั้นตอนอะไรมากมายกว่านี้ร่วมเข้าแข่งขันก็ขอให้ทุกคนสู้กันอย่างเต็มที่นะครับแล้วก็มีน้ำใจนักกีฬาสู้กันอย่างไม่ต้องยั้งนะครับสู้กันอย่างดี
Building on the lecture, verses coming dealing under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and walking There's one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
And Sawadi Krap. Once again, this is Alert Siri Boon Me coming at you live over at the good folks over at GPE Racing. Folks, that's right. Today is the main event time is about to happen right here for Class A. Earlier on, you just saw the rosters and some of the racers for Class A. And of course, this will be for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, brought to you in part by B-Quik. Okay, so check us out on the Facebook page of GPE Racing. Like and share as always. And of course, don't forget, we got to give away good prizes there. My accent went skyrocketing for a second. B-Quik's giving away mugs and whatnot for 5 lucky winners out there, picked at random, by the way. And of course, if you're just tuning in just now, this competition is, of course, only happening with the support of Gran Turismo and the good folks over at Polyphony, which, by the way, we do have the rights to broadcast because we have, we purchased the rights. We acquired the rights. So because of that, and with the help of the RAAT, member of the FIA, we now have a scrutinizing team and a marshals team that is worthy of a world-class racing event. Even though it's not taking place in the real world out there, it's okay. The Gran Turismo sports game is as real as it gets. I've been playing this game since I was a kid, and you know, it has been improving on a continual basis. Nothing has stopped, and it's not going to stop because I hear that the Part 7 is coming out shortly. Anyway, in the meantime, all these racers that you've seen earlier on in the teasers and, of course, the trailer there are now going to be taking part in the Class A race, making up 8 drivers. But unfortunately, today, we have one driver that could not make it, but I'll let you know who later on. Anyway, so the schedule for the season, of course, today being the date of August the 8th, will continue all the way until September 2020 as follows. 3 online tracks will be used on August 8th, today being Scuba Circuit. Then August 22nd, track number 2, which will later be revealed. And September 5th, track 3, a virtual track as well on the Gran Turismo sports game. But September 13th is a calendar day you want to physically mark down, to physically go down to the venue and have some fun. Why? Because it's going to be held on a Sunday, out of all those days, and held where? None other than at B-Quik, the main headquarters down by Rama 5 Road. If you're in Thailand, stop on over because they're going to hold a massive event in conjunction with Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020. Once again, by B-Quik. So it only makes sense, right? Anyway, talking about awards, Class A winners, a little bit special more than Class B. Why? Because each point received during the racing season will be giving them equivalent of 250 baht. So if you rack up 40 points, you're going to be racking up 10,000 baht. That's a lot of moolah. And to get the trophies, ranking for the first, second, or the third position and also an additional award offered by B-Quik or presented by B-Quik. And of course, that is a great way to kickstart your racing career if you want to, go about it in terms of the virtual world, right? And as for viewers at home, don't forget, as I mentioned earlier on, please like and share and put it on a public status so that the good folks over at B-Quik will have a random pick and give out some great prizes. Sip away a drink or two while you're playing the game or watching a movie or doing whatever you want to do. 5 mugs will be given out to the lucky winners over at the wherever you are, home or watching us from the broadcast from far, far and away. So don't forget, folks, like and share, put it on a public view down by GP eRacing Facebook page. That's right, folks. Now, for the sponsor, I'd like to say once again thank you to B-Quik for their wonderful sponsorship here, presenting by, and of course the support, none other than RAAT, the Thai Automotive Governing Body, which of course is a member of the FIA group. And of course, can't say enough about Polyphony. They have been continually pushing the boundaries of racing games to the point where it's almost a racing sim, all right? And of course, I'd like to say that I can't wait for their next installment, which I'm going to put under my Christmas tree if I ever get that Christmas tree up. Anyway, so the drivers, like I said, originally we had planned for 8 drivers, right? We had the Mieng, we had OVH Anand Akagi, we had OVH Ice, GT1. Tanatip will be representing with his name of Vatana BMW Banks Z. And of course, Varut, earlier on we saw his the demo there, the show reel there, Vatana Steve 77. My good buddy down there, Steve Nash. All right, and also, Tan TE 888 Car Wash is also in the mix. You saw him sitting in his cool car right there, down by his car wash garage there. And also, Not Deny, Off SPR. However, Off SPR today will not be partaking in the race, sadly. However, nothing, drastic or anything. It's just that he couldn't make it to his console. Probably had some personal business or issues. But Tititon Nanan will be taking in the 7th position instead of Off SPR, Not Deny, Siri Bongkot. All right, so that's not bad. ME78 ESPR will be in the house. Okay, so that will be a total of 7 drivers so far. However, Not Deny has told us that he will be back later on for the next race, which will be held on August the 22nd for Track 2. So mark your calendars if you want to see his performance for Class A race. Okay? So, just a little recap before we go into the drivers mentioned. I also like to say that the track that we're being racing on is going to be at Scuba. So, Scuba track. I love that track. A very technical course out in Japan, and of course the time we were going to be given for the actually the laps given will be 27 laps around Scuba, and the tire selection will be as per se sports, hard, medium, or soft. Tire wear rate will be up to 12 times the normal wear rate, and the fuel consumption rate will be at 8 times the fuel sipping rate. Not bad for the car being used, obviously, being a Type R Civic, right? So, one of my favorite rides out there as well. All right, so let's check out first driver up. Who do we have? Nariyat Sirakaya, the Mieng GT1. All right, that's his call sign. Sawadee krap, Mr. Nariyat, the Mieng GT1. Okay, he will be in first on the list, followed up with, well, let me see. He's got PSC starts there. Also followed up with Anand. Let's check out number 2, Anand there. Natayot, still saying Sawadee krap. Camera is freezing on him. That's okay. Anand Tanachai, OVH Anand Akagi. Hello. I think he can hear us. There you go. Sawadee krap. And he's already got his gloves on, waving away. Calm as cool as he can be. I wonder what Akagi is going to offer us for the racing venue right here for the Pro A class. Meanwhile, up next, we have in 3rd position, Tonapat ธนพัฒน์ประมวลทน Okay, he's got the big overheat sign behind him. That's okay. Hopefully he won't overheat. He's going to keep his cool. OVH Ice GT1 will be his call sign. So Ice TNP. Well, it should say Ice GT1, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. Overall, he's going to be in the third listing on the ranking there. Okay, a fierce driver here from Vatana crew, Tanate, B&W Banks. All right. One of the formidable drivers out there, taking the backdrop of 28, synonymous with Vatana Motorsports, as you can see. He's already on the track probably, or getting ready to go out of pit row. Fifth driver, who do we have? None other than, check out Steve Nash, Vatana member as well, back-to-back. Warut, Steve 77. Steve Nash over there says hello. He's a very humble driver. He's a wonderful guy, and of course his sportsmanship also goes to show onto the track as well. So for fans out there cheering, he's also a wonderful Integra driver as well, huh? Thanapat Pang Pat for Tanti 888 Car Wash. All right, so Huang Pat 888 Car Wash. As you saw him so cool in his car down by the car washing station. If you want to go wash your car late at night, that's the place to go, folks. It's really cool and trendy. Got lots of food, and man, the ambient is wonderful. Not Danai, not here, but that's okay. We've got Tititon. Let's drop on over to Tititon Nanan. All right, Tititon Nanan. Here we go. M78 ESPR. All right, so the driver will be representing for Nanan M78 ESPR. Earlier on, I did say Natanai is not here, and he's not here for personal reasons, but he'll be back later on for race 2. So we have a total of how many? Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, it should be 7 there. All right, anyway. Coming up, once again, we are racing on the track of Tsukuba Circuit. Tsukuba Circuit is a very competitive track, as you know, down by Japan, and the car that garners on it will be mostly JDM cars. Today, we are going to be using the Honda Civic Type R EK N200 series. Okay, the number of laps, we're talking about 27 laps around the bend. Sports, hard, medium, and soft will be the tire selection, and tire wear rate will be up to 12 times the normal rate. I sound like Elmer Fudd right now. Fuel consumption rate will be 8 times the normal sippage rate, but these Hondas usually don't sip a lot. However, in a racing condition, they usually do. So you got to be careful and keep your eyes on the fuel gauge if you're coming in for a pit row, and one false move, and you can land up in the back of the track. Let's get ready to race, folks. So coming up, obviously, we got to do the qualifying rounds first to see who's first on the pole position. Let's head down to the track. Okie doke. Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 down by pit row. Everybody get and go. Let's get a move on here. Obviously, not everybody wants to bunch up from the beginning because they want some equal space in front. Nobody wants to have another car in front of you while you're trying to throw the best lap around Tsukuba. That would be a no-no. But just to take it easy, PSC, the Mian GT1 already up in the front. That doesn't mean that he's going to be first on the starting line. Why? Well, because whoever's got the fastest time around the track will be the one in the first place or the first position on the starting grid. And, you know, if you're cheering for any of these drivers, go on over ahead to the Facebook page of where at? Well, GPE Racing. That's where it's got to be. And put down your comments, like and share. Do whatever you can to cheer these guys on. To put this into perspective, this is obviously not a race in a physical world, but in a digital world. But the boundaries that blend the physical and the virtual world pretty much stop at temperature and actual wear and tear, because everything else is pretty much accurate as can be. We're talking about I'm not talking about just the livery or sticker placements. For example, you see B-Quik placed all over the place here on the hood as well. That is like a B-Quik car right there for you. But also the fact that everybody's got the sportsmanship involved, and that's one of the key factors how these drivers have to think. You know, you can't just go gung-ho into a corner and bump somebody right off the track as if you were, you know, playing demolition derby. No, sirree, Bob. You got to play it fair. Otherwise, the scrutinizers over here, which are members of FIA, you know, RAAT, will be putting down a penalty card for you. And you'll get results that you don't want to have, especially by the end of the race where they possibly could dock you time. Imagine coming in your first place and suddenly you are told that, oh, because of this issue, like going outside the track, which, you know, we're calling outside of track limits, or if you nudge somebody in an unprofessional way or manner, or if you play bumper cars too much or bump and grind on the side of the doors or the rear quarter panel too much, well, you know, you're just going to punish yourself, nobody else. The good thing about this is, of course, nobody's going to get hurt. But the pride, the honor, that will be something that you should try to keep intact, okay? So, everybody's trying to go for first position, not only for qualifying rounds, but of course for the end of the race, and which will lead up to the overall championship points gathering. As I mentioned earlier on, every point you get, especially during the A class, Class A, whichever you might want to prefer calling it, you will be getting, you know, 250 baht. So it's like a chip there for you. You know, you want to rack up those chips, so to speak. And like I did mention earlier, if you racked up 40 points for the championship and to end the whole series at the end of September, when time comes to be holding the trophy down by podium at B-Quik on Rama 5, well, you're going to get a cash payout of pretty much about 10,000 baht if you get up to 40 points, right? So that's doing simple math there as an example. So everybody here is going to try their best, play their best game, play it fair and square, otherwise get docked for it. And as you can see, everybody here is also playing on a virtual, well, not a virtual console, it's a physical console, a half cockpit, so to speak. And I've gotten a question after I commented as to, geez, can you participate if you just have a joystick? Well, that's a very interesting question because I've seen some joystick players out there that, wow, can really do a great job on the track as well. But I don't think it's, you know, getting the feel of an actual race or car because the point of the sim races out there is trying to be as realistic as possible. And one of those ways, of course, getting yourself a cockpit, a virtual cockpit. So by looking at the drivers onto the side, as you can see in the picture-to-picture there mode, see everybody's even got, some of them even have their gloves on just to simulate the realistic feeling. I would be surprised if somebody actually turned off the heat, turned off the air conditioning and pumped up the heat. That would be the only way to actually start training for a real race, wouldn't it? Okay, let's see who's running up in first position so far. Oh, Tan T, AAA Car Wash, 106? There it goes. Not 105 as I usually would call it, but 106 is close enough. So Tan TE AAA Car Wash would probably be up there in first position, but now we have a new one. BMW Banks gets a 106.543. And that rounds out the qualifying round. Getting ready to go racing right now. Now they got their blinker lights on. Happy as can be. Vatana, BMW Banks, gets the pole position in the last lap of that qualifying round. Get ready to race, folks. Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 about to commence. Presented by B-Quik. You ever need your car tuned up? Head on over to B-Quik. They got stuff for your battery, for your car suspension. Help you out along the way. the B-Quik way. Okay, folks, now we're down by Scuba, getting ready to race. Here it goes, 3, 2, 1, and they're off. A little bit of a wheel spin. We already saw some smoke coming out of front of the Nexter Triton car from Vatana, BMW Banks, who got first pole position from the qualifying route. Let's see how well he can manage the lead. Usually right out of the gate, everybody wants to bunch up, but not in this case. Everybody's running equivalent speeds here, so that's keeping them at bay. Nobody's bunching up right now. They don't want to have a demerit here. No siree. It's going to be interesting how Vatana BMW Banks is going to be keeping everybody at bay in the back there. It looks like he's actually moving away from the rest of the crowd. PSC Damien GT1 follows him like a shadow, now trying to go on the outside line. And then falling back in. Everybody's like a freight train right now on the first lap. As in a real race, you do want to burn off some of that compound just to make it a little bit sticky. You know, down by the commentator booth, I don't actually hear the sounds of the cars buzzing by, but man, if I can imagine it, I could probably hear a whole lot of exhaust noise coming out the back there. Some of them fans out there of Spoon or Mugen or even Honda themselves will be cheering, because the Civic here actually represents one of the most versatile vehicles in the world, to have started out just as a family car going from A to B to be used as a track weapon. M78E SPR seems to be locking down on Akagi Anand. Anand's got to be playing it safe right here. Oh, PSC Damien trying to go up against Watanabe BMW Banks, but he's going up on the wrong side. On the left, on the outside. That's only going to mean Watanabe BMW Banks is going to go back into first position, no problem whatsoever. PSC Damien should have went on the inside lane. Now that's going to screw him up, because guess what? Tanti AAA Car Wash is now eyeballing both of them, both Watanabe BMW Banks and PSC Damien. Tanti AAA Car Wash possibly playing the strategy where both of them up front will mess up somehow in one way or another. So, mark my words, it looks like Tanti AAA Car Wash might be in for a position number 1 move. Why do I say that? Well, statistically, if you look at the fastest lap right now, it is held by Tanti AAA Car Wash. And look how close he's getting up to PSC Damien, GT1 machine. Even though he is in second place, but they are bumper to bumper. M78 ESPR almost tagged up with Ananakagi. Whoa. B-Quik. Very quick. B-Quik racing machine in a wonderful livery. Very menacing too, by the way. You see a little bit of a yellow streak right there behind you. You know, B-Quik's on its way up and up. Vatana, Steve Nash, 77. Ironically down by 7th position. I didn't think that was going to happen. He's in dead last. What's up with Stevie Nash? Meanwhile, up front, Damien PSC trying to hold his own up against TE AAA Car Wash. Man. AAA Car Wash looking to make a move. It's just a matter of when, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be on the back stretch, on the straightaway. Thanapat, will he make his move after going down this corner right here, which will lead straight to a straight section of Scuba? It looks like it's going to be a hard move, because everybody is pretty much set up the same way. The cars are equalized, all being like pretty much a one-make race here. Civic Type R, EK body. And people sometimes wonder, the cars seem to be running off over the shoulder over there, but that's actually part of the track, and most of the drivers that run this track actually use that part of the section to exit the corner as fast as possible, giving them a little bit of a leeway into the corners, but not over here. PSC the Mieng, hard brake going into the left corner here. Vatana BMW Banks in the crosshairs for both Tanti AAA Car Wash and PSC the Mieng GT1. Not the yacht, Sirakaya. Will he be able to block it off? Tanti AAA Car Wash getting closer and closer in terms of pushing the mental race. Sometimes you want to play a mental game up against these guys, and at the last moment of the race, which today we're racing for 27 laps. Oh, that's an angle I haven't seen before. It looks like a drone angle. Oh, a dive bomb trying to go for the inside lane. PSC the Mieng couldn't go in time. Closed the door by Vatana BMW Banks. Just in the nick of time. Didn't let the draft right through. No siree. Tanti AAA Car Wash now on the inside lane up against PSC the Mieng. But because it wasn't an optimal line, falls right back down to third position. Fourth position being Umich and Akagi. Not making his move yet. You know, the thing is, if somebody does mess up in first or second, they might drop back all the way up to Akagi's position, and then Akagi will have to fight up against possibly the Mieng or Tanti AAA Car Wash. M78 ESPR right here. Tiditon Nanam, represented by the B-Quik Racing livery. In the 5th position. You got to keep in mind there are 7 cars on track right now, not 8, but 7. A little bit of a drop off from not Danai, who is not here, off SPR. And smooth as can be. Got the nice Alpine Star Racing gloves on. Looks so real. The horn button there is going on there. Notice you got the radio block-off panel going on as well. These cars, when it came Type R from the factory, they didn't really include air conditioning, nor did it include any radios. And Honda enthusiasts and purists would only go about listening to the engine of the car being the only source of audio. And I prefer that too as well for a purist, especially for NA power, naturally aspirated. Since there is no movement right here, let's take a look on the fast lap right here. Oh, the Mieng drops it down to 107.407, still there, holding it down, but it's weirdly enough, he's not edging up against Vatana BMW Banks. I wonder why that is. It doesn't mean that if you have the fastest lap out there, that you're going to be in number 1 always. This is lap 8, and judging by the last race that we had in the B class, folks were starting to pit down at approximately, what, lap 12, 13 or so? Then they have to really refuel. Tanti AAA Car Wash, a car length behind. Vatana about to get bumped, but not yet. That's how close they are, almost bumper to bumper. Car Wash Monster 888 right here. Got a black booty. I was about to say black beauty, but he does have a black booty there on the back of his boot. The car's boot. OVH Anand Akagi in 4th, running solo, because nobody's going to sandwich him right now, unless he has some running issues with M78 SPR. He's got some while to play catch-up. I'm going to take this time off to say thanks to our sponsors, especially with M78 ESPR here in Shot, B-Quik Racing. That's right, folks. You know, B-Quik has been a wonderful sponsor and, of course, a participant throughout the racing series, not just for this race series, but also for the Thailand Super Series as well. So if you follow racing in Thailand, you see B-Quik all over the place. And not only that, but off the racetrack, they are all over the place as well. I ran into Hank J. Kicks earlier on last year, and he's a very humble guy, and he even mentioned to me, he asked me personally if the B-Quik places were treating my cars nice and everything's all good, hunky-dory. I said, yeah, every place I go to where there's a B-Quik, there's always a smile and the service is always good. So even if you have a problem with a battery or some tires, you can always stop by B-Quik for a quick fixer-upper. Oh, PSC the Mian playing a little bit of a hustle there for you up against Vatana, BMW Banks, now dropping down a second position. The Mian, PSC, but then Vatana brings it back up, so it was only a tussle for a brief moment within the lap of 10, lap 10 there. You couldn't take the BMW Banks down quite easy. Tanatip holding his own. Maybe he's playing a mind game there. Oh no! A little bit of a touch there. 1 and 2. Who's it gonna be coming out in first position? Almost a 3 abreast across. And what did I say earlier on? Tan TE AAA Car Wash is looking for a chance. The only way that's gonna happen is if somebody up there is gonna screw up. Tonapat, Puangpat, looking for a chance to squeeze right in, and he might do so if the front two guys, BMW Banks and Mian, mess up by playing Demolition Derby. Because, like I said, the best way across the track, or on the track, would be to pick the fastest line, not to play with the other guys too much and mess up your driving line. What they're doing right here, playing a little bit of a tag there. I touch you, you touch me. There you go. The Mian not giving up the position. Now on the inside lane, grabs first position, pushing out Vatana BMW Banks onto the side. But oh, check it out! Tan TE about to come up on the quarter panel of Vatana. Whoa! BMW Banks now takes the third seat right there for you. Oh, what did I tell you? What did I say? You make one mistake, Tan TE AAA Car Wash is gonna bite you. And he's not gonna let go, because now he's gonna go for head honcho, PSC the Mid GT1. Natayot Sirakaya now has a lot to defend up against Tan TE AAA Car Wash. None other than Tonapat. And I think it's going to be serious from this point onwards, because he was playing a serious game. Now, late breaking, Vatana, BMW Banks, trying not to make that mistake again and focus. Look at it go. I mean, both off the screen there, you can see how focused he is. And I think he's trying to aim at the front of the grid, not even aiming for Tan TE AAA Car Wash. It's like a vengeance move. But still, sportsmanship has to be intact, and you can't play any hanky-panky. Gotta keep it real. He's quite safe over from OVH Anand Akagi, because he's way back there. Well, by way back there, I mean like about 4 car lengths away. There you see him in the shot. Akagi still got a while to go. BMW Banks is probably trying to take back the position, and the only way he can do that is if he's going to play it smart down by pit row. How much fuel he's going to put back in there? Enough to last the race? Already, we got Vatana, BMW Banks in pit. Vatana, Steve Nash, Steve 77 in pit as well. Soft tires go on, no problem. PSC the Min GT1 up against Tan TE AAA Car Wash. Tan TE AAA Car Wash below by 0.4 of a second. That's a car length away. And these are short cars. We're not talking about American cars right here. Compacts. But they do pack a punch, though. The Honda scene has been a representation of the working class. And of course, the drivers out there that drive Hondas have a passion, especially for NA power. They might not have a lot of horsepower, but the chassis, the performance you get out of these stiff chassis and strong chassis, light and nimble, that is what a track car should have as its weapon or in its arsenal. Low weight. Everybody now duck it into pit row. Tanti 888 now in pits as well. Meanwhile, Vatana's duo, BMW Banks and Steve Nash out and trying to make its way back up front, which here we are, back up front it is for BMW Banks, which is great for Tana Tip. He's running solo. PSE the Mien. Oh, will it be up against Tanti 888 Car Wash? Oh, got a little bit of a touch out of pit row. Had a little bit of contact. Tanti 888 Car Wash gets a bump back from Vatana BMW Banks. It's a tussle between these two at all times. Look at them go. Cutting it short on the refuel. Tanti 888 Car Wash came out of pits like a bat out of hell. Let's let them simmer down after the refuel. With 14 laps under their belt, 27 in total. Everybody's trying to rack up them points. 250 baht per each point. And if they get, the more points they get, the more money they get for cash reward at the end of the season. By the way, folks, over at, back home in video land or out in the social network land, Facebook fan clubs for GPE Racing. Please press like and share and put it in the public status there for you. That way you'll be able to be picked out at random for the prize giveaways. On behalf of B-Quik. Talking about B-Quik. Oh no, B-Quik here. Trying to be very quick, but M78E SPR gets a penalty. Added time of a 0.7 of a second to whatever time he's going to get in the end there. I wonder what had caused that down. Anyway, the slowdown penalty is being enforced, and that's going to hurt his position because back behind him we've got Vatana Steve 77, who is going to be taking advantage of that penalty by M78 SPR. Titi Tar. Steve Nash in the 6th position right now, eyeballing in 5th. It's actually really detailed here. You're starting to see a lot of rubber compound and particulates being left onto the track here, especially on the outer rims of the track. That's talk about detail there. You see some of that right there. So if you go off on the driving line, not taking the optimal line, you might actually run into some slippery surfaces there for you. OVH Ice GT1, back of the row, 7th car, because there's only 7 cars here on track right today. Not denying not being here today, or SBR. He's trying to make that move. Meanwhile, the one who's making all the moves right now, PSE the Min GT1. And look how far he's behind with Vatana BMW Banks. Earlier on, we did see him lose down 2 positions and desperately trying to push it back up. Tanti 888 Car Wash right behind his back. On the bumper, will it be a repeat where he gets past? 888 Car Wash trying to go on the outside, making his presence known in the rear view mirror or the side mirror. Does an X crossover. 888 Car Wash, not enough momentum to go for that pass. See some damage up front on the front bumper. That means some rub and tub rubbing there going on. Oh, a little bit of a touch on the rear quarter panel on the left of Vatana's BMW Banks. Something that I find out that some of these drivers do, they tap the brakes lightly. Therefore, giving a little bit of a hint that, they're on the brakes. But for how much, that's up to the driver behind them to figure out. That could be a little bit of a mind game. So, you can play tricks on the guy behind you. Give it a fake tap, sort of like a fake brake. Tanti 888 Car Wash trailing behind there. Akagi running solo. Oh, SPR coming up from the back. M78E SPR. You don't see the penalty thing up anymore, so I think he's good to go. Now, no need to slow down here. 78 machine, the number on the side panel there, representing Tititon, Nanan. PSC the Mian GT1 now overtakes in terms of fastest lap with 107.393. Earlier on, it was a 107 like 0.4 or something. So just starting to shave down on the fastest lap time. Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 now in effect. First day right off the bat. Everybody is poised and focused to get as many points as possible during this run. And the first race will give a first impression to all the other drivers as to what they're up against. Of course, this race and the series presented by B-Quik for both classes B and A. Here we're seeing for class A. Tan TE once again going for the outside move. I start to notice that Thanapat, he does a optimal driving line by going outside into a corner, I should say, and then hitting the apex and then going right back out. So every time I see him trying to pass Watanabe BMW Banks on the outside, it might not be the case where he's actually trying to pass, but he's trying to actually use and utilize the most width of the track to his advantage. And maybe he's trying to hope and pray that that's going to give him the advantage to later on, maybe in a lap or 2 or 3 laps from down the line from here, that he might be able to have enough momentum to pass up against BMW Banks. And Tana Tip right there might have a handful to deal with because he's not being let go. AAA car wash right there, giving him a whole load of front bumper to look at. He does it there once again. Now for the crossover. Oh, he has a chance right here. Now they're side by side. Not really. Well, let's see who's at the inside lane. Tan TE AAA car wash now diving into the second position, closes the door. But then Vatana still on the inside, comes back in second position. It's always a push and shove, give and take. Watanabe BMW Banks still up in second position. That's how close these guys are. That's how equalized these cars are. So it's all down to luck, chance, perseverance, and how long they can sustain their mental focus on the track. Meanwhile, where the heck is PSC Damian? GT1, there he goes. All the way out there, bang zoom to the moon. No problem whatsoever. He's leading up by 4.9, almost 5 seconds away from BMW Banks. And this driver is going home all the way. 21 laps under his belt right now, total of 27. Doesn't have that far to go. But the real battle happens to be for second position. Because that number of positions is always changing up between Tanatip for Watanabe BMW Banks up against AAA Car Wash's car, Tanapat. Meanwhile, OVH Anand Akagi will be duking it up against M78 SPR out and back for 4th and 5th position. Beautiful shot on the straightaway. Here you see Tan TE AAA car wash, not so much on the bumper of BMW Banks. Maybe he's trying to change his strategy. Akagi here, a shot. Man, you can see the way he goes into the corner. His body is actually leading in to the corner as well. Maybe he's that focused. Look at it. The way his head's turning and everything. It's kind of cool. Everybody's into the game to be realistic as possible, and you know, it's a graphic treat for the eyes. It's a visual treat for the eyes to have such an amazing game being presented here. and supported by Gran Turismo, being named the real driving simulator. Right? The folks over at Polyphony did a wonderful job, and sooner or later, hopefully by the end of the year, they'll be able to release the next installment for Gran Turismo, which everybody, especially the drivers over here, should be able to be looking forward to. And Tanti E888 about to jump in, hits the brake just a bit, says, nope, that's not the time for me. I'll just hold it back maybe another lap or two. But keep in mind, lap 23 just passed. He's got to make his move sooner or later. Watana, BMW Banks, nervous. It's like a card game where you don't know how the guy behind you is going to move. He's been doing it for, I don't know, 10 laps or so, buzzing right behind your back, having the chance to pass, but not doing so. What's he going to spring? Is it going to be a trap? He's playing mind games up against BMW Banks. Tana Tip, he's got to be mentally focused, and maybe he's got to say, you know what? Whatever he's doing behind me, it doesn't matter, because I've got the lead. Well, at least second position, that is. Tanti E888 Car Wash will continue to push his buttons. Akagi about to be overtaken later on because M78E following right behind the SPR. Getting closer and closer in the B-Quik livery. Akagi now alert and notices a yellow blip right behind him. Meanwhile, way back in there, OVH Ice GT1 up against Steve Nash's car, the orange. I noticed Steve Nash likes to go for the orange color. Earlier on in the other series of events, he had an orange Aston Martin as well. But for this one, the choice car here is the Civic Type R. And he also picks the orange color. So that's a little bit of a fan club tidbit to know. The Mien still in first position, leading the way, but number 5th position, M78E, almost passing him in the turn there before the straightaway. Akagi running away. Tanti E888 Car Wash on the inside lane. Lap 24, almost crossing into 25. Takes it. Finally, over Watana, BMW Banks. That game that he was playing with BMW Banks has now been concluded. And now he's going to start his run and try to gain his way up to the Mien GT1, way up ahead. And look how far he's going to spread that gap. The thing here to watch is if Tanti E888 Car Wash here, or Tanapat, if he can spread that gap further and further away from BMW Banks' Tanatip, that would mean that Watana's Tanatip was playing as a door, as a blocking defense game up against Tanapat. And down by lap 25, that doesn't give that much hope to come up to catch up with PSC the Mien GT1. Now 26th lap out of 27. All he needs to do is play it cool. He's got a 7-second lead, actually almost 8 seconds of a lead up against Tanti E888 Car Wash. Here's Tanapat right there for you. And like I said, look, he's spreading that gap slowly but surely. Oh, give me a little bit of a wipe. I think he's sweating there. BMW Banks does a great job at defense, but I think he's dropping the ball here. 8.9 seconds behind the Mien GT1. Nadayon, who is in the lead, Siragaya, should be the one to be watching at this moment. Siragaya representing the Mien GT1 up in first position. No problem But one slip up, especially nearing the end of the race, with the soft compounds giving way, don't forget, the compound has been bumped up with the wear rate being at 12 times the normal wear rate. Who knows? Final lap right now, 27th lap out of 27. Those tires might just give way at any moment. So the Mian still can't play it cocky out there. He's got to make sure he's going to run it all the way to the finish line and make it through. OVH Anand Akagi able to defend up against M78 SPR driver Chinichon. Here's this wonderful shot around the bend. I call it the Yui before they go on the long stretch. And everybody knows on Scuba, after this long stretch, he can play it nice and safe going into the final corner to catch the checkered flag. Here we go. Checkered flag waving up above. Does he flash the light? Yes, he does. And he takes it. Congratulations. He is the Mian GT1, not Toyota Shiragaya. Takes it for the win. Tan TE AAA Car Wash in second, and Watanabe BMW Banks in third position. So that is the end of the race for the victory for Class A. And of course, there is the wonderful glory shot right there for you. And that is a shot right there of Nabest, the Thai commentator. As for the official results of the race, please, fan clubs and fan members and anybody who's interested in the outcome officially as going to be released by the officials here, please head on over to the Facebook page over at GPE Racing, where you can also press like and share. And of course, prizes and giveaways also for viewers back at home will be up for grabs. Of course, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, being B-Quik, and of course for the support given to us over at the Gran Turismo folks for Polyphony, because we do have the rights for the broadcast here of the game. And of course, got to say thanks to GPE eRacing and the RAAT for being the wonderful folks over there scrutinizing the race to pinpoint and see who's done somebody wrong or not, or docking points off if you do make a boo-boo. Member of the FIA, always great to have them on board as well, making everything nice and realistic as possible. This alert Siri Boon me, and we're going to be coming back at you later on. Don't forget, this is not the end. No siree, because the next race coming up should be on August the 22nd, which is also on a Saturday. Track 2 will be announced. If you want to find out what track it is, head on over to the Facebook page of GPE eRacing as well. And also later on, for the third installment of the race will be on September the 5th. So mark your calendar for track 3. Last but not least, September 13th will be on a Sunday, not a Saturday. September 13th, 2020 will be held at the B-Quik main headquarters over at Rama 5 Road. So there's going to be a showdown there that's going to happen, and of course the name of the track will be also released as well for all to follow. So stay tuned, folks, stay tuned. And I got to say that it's been an incredible race because it started out quite even, and everybody's been trying to gun up to the front, avoiding any mishaps whatsoever, and that's already hard to do. And I just have to say to all the racers, good on your part for playing it safe and sportsmanship-like, not hitting and colliding with each other, because this is a more professional race. And being that, the times of 2020, it's been known that the start of the year has been quite rocky, but thanks to Polyphony and, of course, to B-Quik, and, of course, over to GPE Racing and Grand Prix International, we are able to hold these races online and keep the racing spirit going on forth. So this is Alert Siri Boon me. Until next time, over and out. And, I'll see you next time when the races happen on August the 22nd for Track 2. All right? Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, looks like we're not concluding yet. Are we? I'm hearing that there might be some results coming out sooner or later, but if the results aren't coming into my hands, then I'm not gonna say them, and you're just gonna have to find them up on the Facebook page of GPE Racing. So, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna come in time or not? All right, folks. So, okay, it looks like the conclusion happens to be that you'll just have to find out for the results on the Facebook page. Once again, this is Alert Siri Boon Me. And until next time, see you again August the 22nd, track 2 for the Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, brought to you in part by B-Quik. So long. Sawadee krap.
ทำไมแชมป์โมบิลเกนมันกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดังๆ690 บาทแถมฟรีใจกลางฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik ทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and walking. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and walking. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and fucking words. There's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Go. One heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Go. Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and fucking words. There's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one heart, one shot, now the future.